been watching a lot of my BHD Storytimes, then you'll know that I've had a particularly large amount of close encounters with death. Unfortunately for me, it's usually my own death. Now, one of my earliest ones was, of course, as usual, when I was living in Cleveland, Ohio. At the time, I was about 14 and a half years old. I was going through my very last year of schooling at Thomas Jefferson Junior High. Thomas Jefferson was a pretty bad school, but luckily enough for me, I suppose it was still in the era where people didn't use guns and knives, because no one ever got stabbed and or shot at, and even if they did, it was very, very, very rare that that happened. I'm still a really, really nerdy, quiet, shy kid. I had a crush on this girl. Don't remember her name, but we're gonna call her Asia, because she looks like a damn Asia. This girl was Puerto Rican, Asian, and freaking black. She was beautiful. I remember she had the sexiest green eyes I have ever seen in my life, and the longest freaking hair. I'm talking about down to her butt. Now, me and her, we had a home ec class together. In this home ec class, we did nothing. In Thomas Jefferson Junior High, no one respected the teachers. Half the kids didn't even go to fucking class. And even the ones that did, we never did anything. We would just talk to each other, throw freaking paper planes and paper balls at each other. Hell, half the time we would throw them at the teacher. Some days we would even bring our radios, our big boom boxes, and we would just freaking listen to music in class. And most of the time the teacher didn't care as long as we weren't harassing him. That is how bad Thomas Jefferson Junior High was. Now, I had been eyeing this girl from afar for a long time. One day, I finally got up the courage to say something to her. I guess I came off so nerdy and so shy that, weirdly enough to me, she talked to me. I was as surprised as any of you guys hearing this is, because I was extremely, extremely bad with women. Not only that, but I was socially inept when I was younger. I'm trying to impress her and stuff. Of course, none of that is working, because the way this girl looks, she's more than likely got a lot better looking and better acting suitors lined up than my shy ass. So after a while, I just got up enough courage. I remember I took like 4 or 5 days practicing in the mirror and getting up enough courage to finally ask this girl if she wanted to date me. So I finally asked her. Not only does she shoot me down, but after that, she kind of stops talking to me, right? Now, I still have a really big crush on this girl. I was just fine with her talking to me. So much so that after she started ignoring me, the only way that I could see myself getting her attention was to start kind of picking on her, to talk crap to her, because that's the only time she would ever respond to me after I asked her out, was if I would say something mean or negative to her. Like, she would yell and scream at me and almost beat me up, and then she would storm off, and I would just sit there like, oh my God, she talked to me. Never do that. Please don't. Picking on women does not ever make them like you back. So after a while, she stopped responding to me attempting to pick on her. One particular day, I was trying my damnedest to get her attention by talking crap to her, calling her out, calling her all types of names. She just would not turn around, and she wouldn't look at me, because we were walking down the hallway at this time. She wouldn't acknowledge me at all. Me being young and completely stupid, there's never any excuse for what I did next. I decide, okay, well, if yelling at her and trying to talk crap to her is gonna have her not pay me any attention still, then I'm gonna have to take it up a step farther. While she's walking down the hallway, I'm still behind her, I'm talking smack, and I push her. Not really, really, really hard. I'm figuring, okay, well, if she feels me touch her, she's gonna get mad at me, and she's gonna yell at me, and I'll get my fix. At least she'll freaking talk to me, right? She falls, but when she falls, she catches herself, and she doesn't really hurt herself, but she basically landed on her knees and her hands. She takes a couple seconds, she gets up, and she just keeps staring forward, man, and I'm still behind her. And like I said, I'm young, I'm dumb, I'm still talking crap to this girl's back. I wasn't used to any girls giving me any positive attention when I was younger. To me, this was the only way that I could get this girl to acknowledge my existence. After she stares forward with her hands balled up in fists, for a couple of seconds, she turns around, and to my surprise, she has tears running down her face, man. I'm taken aback, because I didn't expect to actually hurt her. I just wanted her attention, but she's got tears running down her face. She's biting her lip. She's clenching her fist because she's so mad at me. And she just looks at me and she just turns around and storms off, like just mad. Of course, because we were in the hallway and this is in between periods, there's a small crowd of people circled around us, right? Of course, I'm still young. I'm still dumb. Since we've got all these people around, I don't want to look like the dumbass in this. So I'm talking crap. I'm not cursing or anything, but I'm still talking crap. Like, yeah, man, whatever. It don't even matter. The rest of the day goes off without a hitch. I finish my last class. I leave out of school. I talk to a couple of friends. I go home. I kick it with my moms, my family and whatnot. I wake up the next morning and I will never forget this. I'm laying in my bed. After laying there for about a good 15 minutes straight, I'm just like, you know what? I don't think I feel like going to class today. Now, I've had this feeling before, but today I just really don't want to freaking go to school. I get up, and I don't even get dressed. I go into the living room. My mom's making breakfast. I talk to my mom, Usually the first thing my mom says to me is, boy, get the hell out the house, go get dressed and go to school. But she doesn't say that. We have a really fun, lighthearted conversation. I tell my mom, I'm like, I want to hang out with you today. I don't want to go to school. Now, my mom was always a bit of a hard ass when it came to going to school and getting good grades. Usually, whenever I would try to say any garbage like this, my mom would immediately snap back with, boy, get in there, get your clothes on, and go to school, or I'm whooping your ass. Because you don't look sick enough to stay home, and the only time you stay home up in this house is if you got a job, or you're sick and almost dying, and you look like you're walking on your 2 feet. So get the fuck out of my house and go to fucking school. But instead, my mom, she looks at me, and she's like, you know what? Yeah, let's hang out today. I'm gonna pay some bills, I'm gonna run some errands, and you can come with me. And for the entire day, instead of going to school, I went and I kicked it with my mom, and we had a beautiful day together, man. We had a lot of fun. I actually remember it very well. Of course, the next day, I go back to school. I notice as I'm walking down the hallway, people are kind of looking at me a little bit weird, and I can hear people whispering behind my back, but I just figured because when I was younger, I used to get picked on a lot and teased a lot because I never really had nice name brand clothing, so I figured it was that. Now, I get to my classroom about 5 minutes early. I'm waiting outside the classroom. My homeboy, who we're gonna call Brandon, who's coming into that classroom as well, he runs up to me and he's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, where were you at yesterday? And I'm like, I decided not to come to school. He's like, dude, I don't know why you didn't come to fucking school yesterday, dude, but you probably saved your fucking life, man. Fucking Virgilio is looking for you. I don't know what the fuck you did, man, but this dude is looking for you, dog, and he had a fucking gun. He was here all day yesterday looking for you. I don't know how he found out your fucking class schedule, but he came to every one of your fucking classes at the right times fucking looking for you, man. He even waited outside for 3 hours in front of the fucking school where all the kids get let out at, waiting for you to walk outside, dog. I don't know what the fuck you did, man, but you need to fucking fix it, dude, because that is the wrong fucking dude to fuck with. Now, a little bit of backstory on Virgilio. Virgilio was 18 years old. This guy had gotten kicked out of Thomas Jefferson Junior High for shooting one kid in the fucking leg and stabbing another fucking kid. We don't even fucking know over what. All we know is that the kids were trying to jump him over something, more than likely drugs, because that's how Virgilio made his money. He was a drug dealer. After that shit happened, he never showed up at the freaking school again, man. But this dude was freaking crazy, man. Now, in one of my other stories, I talk about how my best friend had gotten murdered in my backyard. Now, Virgilio was Puerto Rican, and just like I said in the story time about my best friend getting murdered, Puerto Rican women are some of the most beautiful women in Ohio. The Puerto Rican dudes are super cool, but they're really passionate. If you're their friend, they're some of the coolest freaking people to know. But if you piss them off, that passion turns straight up into freaking killing intent, man. They are extremely crazy if you piss them off. And this dude, Virgilio, was one of the craziest dudes I knew in that entire freaking area. For the rest of the day, I am running around and trying to figure out just a little bit of freaking information on why this guy freaking wants me dead so freaking bad. I am asking anyone who might even know this guy. Now, I ended up running into a guy that we're gonna call Rondrell. Rondrell was crazy, but a lot less crazier than Virgilio. I only knew of Rondrell because 1, he sold drugs, 2, he used to beat me up all the time. I asked Rondrell, does he know Virgilio? He's like, yeah, dog. And I also know he's fucking looking for you, dude. He's like, I don't know what the fuck you did, man. But dude, you need to find a way to fix that fucking shit, man. Because Virgilio is one of the few people I would not fuck with, man. Now, another reason why I went to Rondrell was hoping that he could maybe even help protect me. Or maybe go tell the guy, please don't freaking kill me. Rondrell didn't want nothing to do with it, man. Half the day passes and I have to go to my home ec class with the beautiful chick with the long hair was the one that I pushed. I go in there and I notice that this chick is not there. This chick isn't freaking there. Now, I couldn't put 2 and 2 together at the time. I didn't connect the dots. I just figured there was some other reason why she wasn't there that day. So I go to gym and I'm talking to everybody trying to get some information on what's going on. And one of the guys, luckily enough, he knows Virgilio enough to tell me what the hell is going on. Apparently, the long-haired pretty girl with the nice colored eyes that I had pushed, that I had the crush on, that was Virgilio's girlfriend. Not just his girlfriend, but his fiance. And not just any fiance, his pregnant fiance. You see where I'm coming from with this? I pushed a murderous gangbanger's pregnant fiance. Oh my God, I cannot communicate to you how stupid I was as a young kid. There's not very many things that you deserve the type of punishment that was in store for me for this. And honestly, to be completely truthful with myself, I deserved what was coming to me, man. Of course, I did not know she was pregnant, but to push a woman in the first place is just inexcusable, man. I really deserve what I got, man. Now I'm freaking out. I don't know what the hell to do because the girl's not in class. And basically, to me, the only person who can fix this for me is that girl. Now, I go the rest of the day watching my back. Why? Because I don't know what Virgilio looks like. Do you have any idea what it feels like? What type of stress you would be under if there was someone out to kill you with a burning passion to extinguish your life and you didn't know what they looked like? I did not know what this dude looked like in the least. All I knew was that this guy was of Puerto Rican descent. While I'm at school, I'm watching every aspect of my back that I possibly freaking can. I'm scared to go to the bathroom on the off chance that I just so happen to cross paths with this guy. If anyone out there has ever suffered heartbreak, imagine that times 5 and continuous for the next 6-7 days. Virgilio never found me, right? But I'm figuring this guy's still to be searching for me. And since he was there the first day with his gun and on the premises for the entire freaking school day, I'm thinking this guy is gonna come back up to the school and finish me the hell off. Lord knows he would have done it. For that next 6-7 days, I don't know how I did not die of heart failure or have some sort of crazy anxiety attack, because I am talking constant streams of adrenaline are being just pumped into my freaking heart, man, at every second, every minute, every single, even when I wasn't in school, I'm still figuring this guy is driving around his freaking car. So he's gonna freaking see me. And if he sees me, he's just gonna finish me off right there. Because of the stress I was under, I had started paying kids to hang out with me. That way, if something went down, Virgilio caught me, hopefully I would have enough people around me as to where they would help me. More than likely not. At least I would have some people to hide behind so that they would get shot instead of me. Yes, I'm selfish. I am far more valuable than these friends of mine, at least at the time. I remember I was paying Rondrell cash to go to Virgilio, because apparently he said he knew where he lived and he hung out with him a lot, to go to Virgilio and smooth this stuff out, you know, and Rondrell was milking me dry, man. I'm giving this guy $5, 10, 15 bucks every single freaking day. I don't even remember what excuses he kept giving me to raise the price altogether of him negotiating for me, but any amount of money I was freaking willing to pay it, because to me, I was negotiating for my life, and I really thought he knew the guy. On the 7th day, I go back to school, man, and just like every other day, I'm shitting bricks. All right, now, I go halfway through my school day, I go to my home ec class, and to my utter rejoice, the pretty girl who was pregnant, who I pushed, she's in class. I ran up to this woman, man, and I just remember pleading profusely. Think about how you would beg someone to help save your life if you were sure that you were gonna die unless they helped you. Add insult to injury, she did not like me. She hated my guts. Rightfully, I deserved it. She hated my guts, and for good reason. Now, I'm sitting there, man, I'm on hands and knees. I am begging this woman in front of the entire freaking class. And people are laughing at me. People are pointing. I don't care. Please help me. I'm so sorry. I had no idea you were pregnant. I didn't know what I was doing. Please, God, please help me. I'm so sorry. Please help me. Just like every other day, she just freaking completely ignores me. Just sits there and lets me freaking sulk. The bell rings, man. She gets up. She leaves out of class. And I'm just sitting there, man, on my hands and freaking knees, just thinking like, dude, I'm gonna freaking die, man. I'm gonna freaking die. I don't even know what convinced me to get up and go after her, but I did. We're in a crowded hallway. She's walking away from me facing the opposite direction, and I walk up behind her and I tug on her as softly as possible while still trying to get her attention, and she turns around, she's like, what? I just get on my knees, man. I started crying, man. No bullshit. I did not care. We were in a crowded hallway. We're drawing a crowd, and I basically spilled my heart to this chick, man. I'm just like, look, I'm so sorry. The only reason why I was picking on you is because I liked you and you wouldn't talk to me. I didn't know what to do. I know it was stupid and I don't deserve your help. But please, God, please help me. You don't understand. He's gonna freaking kill me. I don't know what to do. Just say something to him, please. Anything, please. And I'm just sitting there on my hands and knees, man, and I'm freaking crying. All of these crowds of people are laughing at me because it's a ghetto school. They're all just laughing at me and whatnot, man. I don't even freaking give a shit. So the chick, she looks at me and she's like, no, you know what? You deserve what you get. You know how much that fucking hurt? You know what? No, you deserve this shit. And she turns around and she just fucking walks off. And I'm just sitting there, man. I'm on my freaking hands and knees, man, in the middle of the freaking hallway. Because it was between periods, so the hallways were filled. Just all these people are just laughing around me, man. You know, and I'm just sitting there like, I'm a freaking dead man, dude. Now, this guy, you know, he knows I'm here. She gets about 4 or 5 steps and she stops dead in her tracks. She turns around. I'll never forget it, man. She walks up to me, man. She's like, you know what? Get up. So I get up and she's like, you know what? You deserve this shit for what the fuck you did to me. The day after you did this, I was fucking furious. And when I went and told Virgilio, he grabbed his fucking gun and he came up to this fucking school looking for you. I knew he was gonna fucking kill you. I didn't want the father of my unborn child to go to jail for fucking murder for someone as stupid as you. You're not fucking worth it. So you know what I did? I told him that you don't go to this school anymore. So you know what? You're fucking lucky. I swear to God, you are so fucking lucky because he was gonna fucking kill you. And she turns around, just walks off. Never heard from her again. Never saw her in the homecoming class. Never heard from her again. Now, on one side, I'm vastly relieved because I'm saved. I'm not gonna be murdered anymore. But at the same time, I still feel like utter shit. I pushed a pregnant girl, you know, and for what? The only reason why I pushed this chick was for some simp ass, fucking needy ass want for her just to talk to me because I had a freaking crush on her. There's no stupider reason to nearly freaking get killed. There's no stupider reason than that. So needless to say, after that, man, I have never pushed any chick ever after that. Not to say it's because, you know, I'm scared of some crazy boyfriend or something like that. It's because it's 100% bitch made. Actually trying to physically hurt a chick for any reason is honestly 100% bitch made, at least to me. I didn't know that then. I learned that lesson very fucking well. Because for that 5, 6, 7 days, when I was watching my back, I have never been so scared in my life, man. I've had guns pulled on me and I was still not as scared as I was then. I think it's because when you know someone is looking for you and you know that they have killing intent to murder you, and for good reason, coupled with the fact that you don't know what they look like or where it's coming from, is that much worse, man. The fear of the unknown. After that, things went a little bit back to normal, aside from the fact that I was still getting laughed at every once in a while because people saw me crying in the middle of the freaking hallway. Now, mind you, like I said, this girl never was in class again. 6 or 7 weeks later, 2 days before summer vacation, I'm sitting in my classroom, my first classroom, with Mr. Overdorf and my friend Brandon. We're sitting there, we're kicking it, man. Mr. Overdorf was super nice, man. He just let us bullshit or whatever. So we're bullshit, we're laughing, we're joking. The principal comes into the room, calls Mr. Overdorf into the hallway. Mr. Overdorf goes into the hallway, he leaves the door open. Now, me and Brandon, we get a little bit nosy or whatever. We kind of sneak a little bit of peek from the side while still being inside the classroom to see what's going on. Well, Mr. Overdorf is out there talking with the principal and a young-looking guy. You know, he's looking all hooded up. He's got a yellow bandana in his back pocket. He's got baggy pants, nice sneakers. You know, he got a jersey on, a little Puerto Rican jersey on and whatnot. He's got jewelry on his wrist, a couple of chains and whatnot. Well, one of the main reasons why I'm looking is because I want to know how long I have to be able to act like an asshole in class without the teacher catching me. But Brandon is staring very intently at this whole interaction going on outside the classroom. About a couple of seconds into staring at this, he gets this freaked out look on his face. He just goes dead silent. He won't talk anymore. And I'm like, dude, what's wrong? You know, and he doesn't say anything. He just goes back to his desk and he sits down. And I'm sitting there trying to ask him what's going on, but he won't tell me. So after the teacher and the principal and that kid's interactions are done, the teacher comes back in the class. 5-6 minutes later, he looks at me. He's like, dude, you know who the fuck that was outside, right? And I'm like, no. He's like, dog, that is fucking Virgilio. I thought he wasn't allowed on the school premises at all because of him shooting one kid and stabbing the other one. Apparently, since he was a juvenile, he did his time for that, and they dismissed the case because when he stabbed the kid, it was self-defense, and when he shot the other kid in the leg, apparently, if you shoot him below the waist, it's not attempted murder, right? So the first thing I'm thinking is, I thought he was there for me. My heart immediately starts freaking shoving adrenaline down my freaking throat. For the rest of that year, which was only 2 more days, I was scared shitless, man. Well, I found out Rondrell didn't know Virgilio. None of those people in the school that I was paying all my money to knew Virgilio. And if they did know Virgilio, I would have inadvertently shot myself in the chest, because that's exactly what Virgilio would have did if Rondrell had actually known him and went up to him and said, hey man, you know, squash the beat, blah, blah, blah. Virgilio not only would have not listened to him, but also inadvertently figured out from Rondrell telling him that I was at that school. So I was working against myself the entire freaking time. I'm paying people to go tell this guy, please don't hurt me and shit. Unbeknownst to me, by doing that, I was jeopardizing my own freaking life. The only reason why I'm more than likely here to tell this story today is because of that nice ass freaking Puerto Rican chick, which most women more than likely wouldn't have said shit, would have just let me get freaking shot or stabbed, or whichever way he decided to freaking Mortal Kombat fatality my ass. Hope you guys enjoyed the story. You know, if you did, make sure to like, comment, and share this story with other people so people know not to do any stupid shit like that. I'm Blasphemous HD, man, and this has been Storytime off up in this bitch. Peace out, or Twisms. Definitely one of them. It hits the bottom of the trash receptacle. All you hear is, oh, dude, I can't believe she texted me. Oh, God! What the heck? The phone. I got here, and you guys beat me and put this suit on me. Motherfucking piece of fucking shit. I know you fucking dislike my fucking YouTube video, you son of a bitch.